this. Also, uh, once we're past the starting sim screen, I'll do that. But I now have a very fun idea for what's gonna happen in New Bloods and other connected campaigns. So,
But
Nice.
why do you do that? Why is that the first thing you announce? We are 3 minutes in, and that's literally what you say.
yeah,
Why? We don't
because
need the trauma 3 minutes in the game. We cool. You can take it easy. It's okay. Let's chill. Let's chill. Also. Um, where's that note?
Oh, the new Twitch layout makes me mad.
why is that?
Did you see it?
No.
It's so annoying. Now the title and the channel name and all the details are on top.
Oh,
And down, like down right below the stream, it's just so empty. I don't know. Weird.
I feel like you don't like changes.
Hmm.
It's
I
just
don't.
feel, I feel like it's a hint.
I vibe with that. Changes kind of suck.
also, I have added some fun new things.
Why is there an angry dude at the bottom of the screen? That's adorable. Wait.
Alright, it is on the right side, everything's flipped
Ooh,
and correct.
Yeah.
So, now we have a little dragon pet.
we can battle.
Battle, breed, give treats. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do with the dragon. So,
That's neat.
there's also a bot that I might get once there's more interactions with the dragon. But it is a fun little thing to add to the Twitch stream so that people that come in have a thing that they can interact with directly if we're in a game. There's also a D20 roller where you can give bits and roll dice, as well as rock, paper, bits, where if nothing else is really going on, you can do rock, paper, scissors, last man standing competition in the chat.
Is it very sunshine crop and sunshine?
What?
You cut out a little bit.
Also, let's.
I think something is wrong in above VTT with the music.
Yeah.
It sounds like two songs are overlapping.
There might be because of this one.
Yeah.
I'm new. Someone give me an introduction on how this works.
Okay. For the above VTT, you search for that in.
I already have it.
Okay.
I'm already in Beyond 2.
Okay, so go to the full campaign that has everybody's character in it. And on your character specifically, there's a little tab that says Join Above VTT. You'll click on that and it'll bring you to it.
Ah. Alright.
Is the song now just one? Okay. It apparently sometimes whenever you're playing songs, if it says that it failed to load the track, it will still load the track for you
No.
guys. Weird.
Interesting. Yeah. I thought for a second that it was the ambience bot, but no.
I currently do not have any ambiance.
Oh, the above VTT has ambiance.
Yes. That I'm using less as ambiance and more as like just general music, where the ambiance bot gives us the general ambiance.
Fair enough.
So, let's see. Do I have...
Come on, internet, so don't be an ass.
That's not good. Okay. I need this. I do need these. Search through this. Okay, remind me on what page did we say was the joke for Friday's game?
105.
105?
And it was the what did the dragon say after being hit by a verbal sword, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so happy that it wasn't reliant on me because I had no fucking idea.
Well, we got our resident note taker here.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you, Erica. Of the page.
I'm actually gonna do the Instagram post now with the joke and the links.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, because we
Also-
have Instagram people. Don't forget to
Yeah.
follow.
It's Call Me Best GM because someone else has Call Me Best for some reason. Still weird. Ooh.
May I ask, is this already a running game or are we starting completely anew?
This is a currently running game, but it is like 3 sessions in,
Yep.
so still
Oh,
fairly
it's-
new.
Alright, that explains the damage to one of the characters.
Good name now.
Also, bonjour, Astia Luna, thank you for the channel points for the choose my role. That's gonna be fun whenever that challenge finally goes. But now we are up, running, and active. So, to start every game as we do now, we start it with the punchline of last game. Are you guys ready for this punchline?
Yep.
I don't think anybody is.
Go for it.
It's truly atrocious. So, me just a bit. There we go. So, what did the dragon say after being hit by a Vorpal sword? Thanks for having me.
That was
That's
dumb.
just wunderbar.
For those who don't understand, Vorpal swords will decapitate a creature on a natural 20. Just automatically. So
It's such a lovely sword.
it is
Of your head.
crazy powerful. Although
Okay,
it's
I
not as
do write it
effective
down
on
just in
creatures that have
case
multiple
as
heads.
well.
Or creatures that have no heads. There's a couple of those.
Oh, there are also those. The bane of
If it's-
every Vorpal sword owner is a gelatinous cube.
I was just thinking gelatinous cube.
Next thing you know, it's that non-Newtonian fluid. Gelatinous cube. It's like,
Oh
I'm
yeah, that
hitting
is the
nat
bane of
20.
that one.
Why isn't it dying?
It's the fucking Oobleck monster again.
Spell save and
Oobleck.
making them do save DCs help.
Duplexer.
So,
Oh,
well,
it was a creative
Duplexer
creative
pain in the
monster.
ass
I
to
like
play
it.
now.
If
but
nothing else. Oh, go ahead.
the just going to get in saying that to start, now that I'm actually on camera and not doing the starting soon screen, one of our lovely players in the New Bloods sent me something that will be the bane of everyone else's existence, including those in New Bloods.
Uh-oh.
This is the Game Master's Book of Legendary Dragons. I know you can't really see
Oh.
it because of the
See it?
background remover, which I will not remove, but it contains
It's all dragons.
It contains a great deal of amazing dragons, as well as the Dragon Rider class, not subclass, actual full class, and
Cool.
many other magic items, components that can be used for the making of magic items, and things that you can harvest, as well as various different weights, listings, and uses. Also, the ability to enhance spells through the use of dragon parts, which is kind of crazy, but I really enjoy it. So this is definitely going to be helping out. As well, I also got a dice holder
Oh.
dagger.
That's adorable. I love that.
Ooh.
I
It-
actually really like that. That's cool.
The fun part is that the top pommel actually comes off and gives you more storage for more dice, pins, paper, anything
Yo.
that you can fit in there. So it also came with a set of dice, which will probably not likely show up on the background remover, but is a really nice, very dark navy blue. and just rolled a nat 20 on that. First time rolling it.
Jesus.
So, there's that stuff. This can move to the back. This moves here. That stays here. And these there. I think I have everything set up for the game today. So, getting into it. Last we left off, the party, having completed their first mission for the Eyes of the Fallen, a guild of treasure hunters that seek to contain and keep out of the hands of those that would misuse magic items from times ancient and immemorial. Oftentimes delving into dark dungeons and ancient crypts in order to find the items necessary. The party, after completing the successful run, then went into Waterdeep, the town that, or rather, metropolis, that is the base of operations for the Eyes of the Fallen Guild, and chose to use some of their well-earned gold that they gained from this quest on treating themselves to a nice night out before they're to make way to their next quest. A quick jaunt to the Feywild. And last we left off, you guys were in the tavern. If we want, we can continue to roleplay in the area, or we can skip to our travel to get to this Feywild port. I'll leave it up to you guys on what you choose.
It's been too long for me to remember, but I felt like we had to go get something. Like, I felt like we were gonna go get something before we went to the Feywild, but I don't remember.
A resident
Did
note
we?
taker.
Not takers, I hope. Do not say that in singular. The thing is, I changed notepad, so
Oh, we're all
and I
doing
don't even have a proper notepad for her just yet. But when we were in the tavern, 2015, absolutely not. When we were in the tavern, we did chat about everything. We had kind of like a connection slash a bit of backstory exchange. This is the wrong notepad, isn't it? Yes, it absolutely is. And then we did talk to somebody who told. Oh, and that sucks because that's. Oh, you went here. I need to get an official notepad for because this is too disturbing. About going to the circus, and we have around 3 days or so before the day.
Yeah, I'm just.
Said circus that moves. Yeah. If you
Yeah,
have a note, please.
I do, but they
complete.
are atrocious. Oh my god, I can't read them out loud. I'm sorry. But yeah, the gist is that market takes place in 3 days, and the portal is a day's travel or something like that, and that the card is somewhere in the market.
So from
Like-
that word, we don't have anything to fetch. So if we want to jump straight away there, we potentially could. Which one did I wrote into? But we had a very nice exchange.
We do have 2 days to wait, though, because it takes a day to get there, and it's
Oh,
3
maybe-
days away.
Okay, we gave the ritual scroll to Ulvar, the guy mistress, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. We were giving our pins, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, the city market, blah blah blah, payment not in gold, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, and we need to find a dude called Pazrodin, the owner of said market. I found it. Blah blah blah.
'Cause I remember asking if I
Who
knew any
often
merchants.
who often takes the form of an elven woman. And then I have a description, blah blah blah. And then I have a sentence that says takes place close to the market. Ooh, mysterious. And then there is something that said, wait, where did we say that? Where did we saw an older man with bark skin that looks like a plant?
What?
I,
A plant man. I don't remember ever
the
seeing a
item,
plant man.
the
I only wrote.
item is on an
Sorry.
older man with crossed legs
The
that
item
has dark skin.
the item specifically was a card that had those features on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The
okay. So
item that
I
you are
wrote the
to
description
find
of the card. Okay. Oh
bears
yeah, that's
that.
why I wrote item open the description notes. Okay, cool. No. 3 days before the market. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, the rest is not very. Yeah.
Uh,
And then this note on Seymour.
Oh no. I only wrote find the Zen tree man. I have no idea why. I can't. I'm sorry. I told you, it's atrocious.
Okay.
I can't read them out loud because there's much worse.
So
So dear, we need to find a woman and then get a card. We need to find this silly market and there we need to meet the woman called Palrodin. I can't. And then fetch a card. It resumed. Terrible notes. I'll do better.
no,
I can
you're
do better
alright.
at that.
Hell, you're better than most of us. You two girls are the only ones that have actually been taking notes. I haven't been. I know I haven't.
Because there's stuff like that.
So I don't know if you have anything specific that you're looking for within the city that you want to do for 2 days before you do your journey, or
I had an idea.
okay.
So I was thinking I would probably have to we'd probably have to talk it out in character first. But I was thinking we could probably go do a small mission for the Screamers or something. You know, just something to pass the time, make a bit of extra money.
A little bit of money. Okay.
Yeah. Though on a side note, I know because you 100% do not have anything prepped for this, we could totally just do it as a gloss over thing. Like they do something small, they get $20 and a bag of Cheetos and call it a day.
Yeah, I absolutely didn't prep anything for them just yet.
So I can also just not do that if you want, because that's completely fine. That's just something I just pulled out of my ass.
If you guys want to, I can say that you guys went on different fetch quests for them, that they had you just do some deliveries, basic stuff, because they're unsure of the new members with you.
There.
What does it think about that?
It's how I almost got naked because
Ooh. That
Still
internet.
breaking up. Yeah, you're still breaking up something fierce.
Here come my favorite gift. There is a raptor raptoring among us.
All right. Let's see if I can prep this for what it needs. There we go. So, if everyone is good with doing that, we can say that you guys made about 2 gold pieces for the deliveries and have gained a little bit of respect and trust among the how did
Yeah.
my brain lose the name?
The Screamers.
The Screamers. You gain some trust from the Screamers and have made at least a good first impression. So you guys can take 2 gold and split that however you guys want to. But otherwise, if we are all ready to move to the Feywild trip.
May I have a quick question?
Go ahead.
About currency. Are we playing with or without Electrum?
Without Electrum.
Yeah, it's just I think it's just silver and gold, though I could be wrong.
Copper as well, but that's like actual pennies.
Yeah.
So no Electrum because Electrum is both very rare and kind of useless.
Right, it's only about 5 silver, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's only typically traded by giants, so there's no real purpose for it. But if we are all ready to make our way to the Feywild, then we can start. The trek that you guys take is not especially a dangerous one. The trail that you have to take to get to the location is fairly well traveled, at least along the trade road, but then merging into a nearby forest that is said to hold the location of this Fey portal. This thing that is able to transport and break the line between planes. The path there is a little bit more of a challenge. Go ahead and I need what is the marching order for the group?
Luca would probably opt to take the lead unless someone stops him.
All right. Anyone wanting to contest that, or is it okay for Luca?
9.
Seymour? I will take silence as acceptance. So, We have Luca in the
It's a
front.
unicorn.
Oh, unicorn. See back?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have Luca in front, who is taking mid and who is taking rear.
Rear.
Okay. So Darcy and Seymour in the middle.
Mhm.
Seems like.
All right. Then Luca, go ahead and give me a survival check.
Wait, pose.
Hmm.
I think. Sorry, we haven't exchanged names. So I'm going to call you Ganjo. I apologize in advance. I think he tried to say something.
Me? No, I don't. I don't have something to say. My microphone is just very sensitive. So if if it
Okay.
seems like I'm wanting to say something, it's actually nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
No problems.
Oh,
Alright.
and with the Ganjo, I really get that a lot. Even my closest friends still call me that online. But
Yeah.
continue. I'm listening.
Survival. Ooh, that's a lovely 7.
That's a lovely 7. And it is a lovely trek. Walking through this forest, the trees are verdant green. The grass and underbrush a very dense and somewhat difficult area to traverse through. And as you're walking, it is hard to tell if you've been staying to true north or if you've meandered a little bit west, east. What direction are you actually in? The thick canopy above makes it hard to tell which way the sun is actually facing, and it is maybe 3 or 4 hours before you actually find the start of a clearing. The clearing looks like this. And as you begin to push through and out of the thicker systems of trees and past the underbrush that was covering up the trail that would lead to this pool, you now see, looking around, this serene pond wrapped in stone and small bursts of light that seem to gently float across the area, not under seeming control or movement of any creatures around. And it's good that there's some light in here, because you're nearing the time of dusk at this point. Taking you a little bit longer to get here than was estimated, but you got here in the end.
Luca's gonna like put his hands on his hips and start like kind of huffing for breath, a little bit out of breath from the long trek.
All right. So Luca is breathing heavily and taking some time to catch his breath. Darcy, Nova, go ahead and give me a perception check at advantage for the two of you.
All right. Sorry, I'm wrestling with above VTT. Does
Okay.
God.
Have you done the
Is it
graphic
still buggy
acceleration?
for? Yeah, it's not that it's slow, but whenever I click on something, the whole thing
Yeah,
flicks to
it's a
the
bit,
upper left corner, and I have to look for the map again and again and again whenever I click on something, so I can't. Yeah, it's okay. Sorry, what was it? Perception check at advantage, right?
Correct.
Okay, let's see. Ooh. Oh,
18 and a 25 with a natural 20. Nova and Darcy. Darcy, you look around and just stepping into this area, you can feel the thrum of energy that comes off of this pool. Looking around at the lights that you're seeing, you keep a sharp eye on one and notice a small creature is actually within the light itself. Tiny wings holding its slender frame aloft in the air before it blinks away to a different location. Nova, you've been in a clearing like this before. Not this one exactly, but this is very familiar to you. And stepping up, you are immediately able to notice that the pool of water does not reflect the sky above or the lights around. It appears to show a different image of something that is not here.
neat. Um, she won't say anything, but she would walk closer to the water edge and peer in.
Peering in at the water's edge, you see what appears to be home to you. Strange plants and nature takes over the other side of this. And the dusk of now matches the dusk within, but it does not match the same color, as colors are vibrant and strange in this mirrored location.
Um, from there, she will just turn to the others and while pointing to the water, just say, well, this looks like it's our portal. You can come and look. And she will, what's the word? Motion them to come forward.
yeah, Darcy would step forward to take a look at the pond as well.
Luke would look kind of hesitant at that, but he'd step forward.
Yeah, same. Buff. Seymour, not Bartholomew. Seymour would stand over here and just look at the water, but not into the water.
As you guys watch this water, this mirrored version of your reality, this is a moment of quiet contemplation of next steps, what needs to be done. What does everyone do? Nova jumps in.
No, it was just a joke. No. She will probably look to everyone around. A bit, I don't know. Kind of like, so were you ready? Are we doing this? Without voice in it, but just, you know. Should we go? I mean, we don't have to go now, but we are kind of on a time stamp over here as well. I don't know if we should wait longer, if you want to wait for daylight. I'm not really sure because that market is moving at the same time. I don't know. Are you ready? Do you want to jump in? Do you need a rest to eat maybe? Stop her at any moment.
I think we should go now. It would,
And
I would like to get out of the Feywild and go back to our normal place as soon as possible.
You're right.
who's jumping in first? Because I'm certainly not.
I guess if no one's volunteering, Luca will jump in first. Luca won't like jump, but he'll like walk into the water.
Okay. Then Luca.
Also, I take it over the past 3 days we've gotten a long rest.
Yes, you guys have gotten a long rest, so go ahead and
Awesome.
enter in that you guys took a long rest.
Oh, neat.
You have slept at some point in 3 days.
No, wait.
But Luca, as you step in, your foot touches the surface of the water and breaks through. But instead of feeling any wet or the presence of water against your skin, it feels as though you stepped, as if you had missed the last step on a stair. And as you take that step, you feel your body being pulled, not... Your body is pulled as if a string were attached to your chest and pulling you forward into it. Your face comes closer and closer to the water. Do you attempt to hold your breath?
No. Well, yes, he would.
Instinctually, you take a sudden breath of air before you are pulled under this water. And just as suddenly as you were pulled under it, you then emerge on the other side, standing on the same stones that surrounded the pool of water that was before. Except now, the plant life around has encompassed closer. The verdant greens that you had seen on the other side now taken over by strange purple and blue grasses. The sky dusk and starry. And the trees moving ever so faintly in a non-existent breeze. You're now in the Feywild. Looking back, you can see your companions staring into the water and everyone outside. You now see that Luca is standing completely vertically flipped to you guys. He is parallel in his stance from what you are. What do you guys do?
Well, isn't he so
Saying-
brave?
Yeah. He's a fool, but brave nonetheless. Entering a body of water he does not know. Who knows what else is in there? But
Well,
If
You're
it
right,
does take us
Summer.
to the other side.
You're right, Summer. But this is not the being seen. It's just it's like a door without a door,
Mm.
if it makes sense. After you.
Seymour kind of just swan dives into the pool. Like he has a little bit of a running start, then like leaps.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check.
Sure thing. 19.
19, not bad. Taking a few paces back and then rushing forward, you watch as Seymour leaps into the air and gets near the center of this pool, going into a full swan dive. The angle exact and perfect. And it's good that you are good with acrobatics, because as you swan dive through, you realize that there's nothing there to slow your swan dive down like water would typically do. And as you come to this realization that this isn't really water, but more of a mirrored surface to show the cross section between planes, you're able to then tuck and roll onto the rocks, and you roll about 5 feet away from where Luca is, but come standing up on your feet, almost as if you meant this.
That was supposed to happen. I knew what I was doing. Just don't copy what I did.
Are you saying that to the pool so that the others hear that?
Yes.
You guys hear... It almost sounds as if he were speaking from a long distance away. It is faint and quiet, and you both just barely are able to pick it up. Who goes next?
Darcy would just
You
stare at Nova.
Don't do what you did. Just take it easy. Walk there. Don't be scared. You'll be fine.
What do you mean?
Do you want us to go together? And she will stretch out a hand to her. You.
Well, I guess. But then, like,
Fine.
as she takes Noah's hand, she, with her other hand, she would reach for Scruffy to make sure he's coming as well. In
Okay.
her pocket, just holding onto him.
Just hanging out in your pocket
Mm,
like any scruffy rat would.
yeah.
So...
Oh,
you-
and my bird. Don't forget about my bird.
You both watch as a very distressed hawk then dives into the pool of water and comes tumbling out on the other side, completely not expecting the change in consistency. So
Squawk? Squawky squawk.
okay, Kronk. You have a very disheveled and befuddled hawk with you. So you two are going in at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay,
With Scruffy, not leaving him behind.
I need the two of you to give me a... Never mind. You both are able to make it through unaffected, strangely.
Hmm.
It is as if stepping through a door and you are standing right and on the edge of this pool. And looking back, you now see that the pool does reflect the sky above. The plant life around.
Wow.
That wasn't too bad.
You see? You did great. Kudos to you. She'll pat her shoulder.
But you all are now in the realm of the Fae. Some of you more familiar, some of you less so. But together, all of you are. Go ahead and Nova. Your passive perception, you're able to faintly hear noise coming from a southern direction. Go ahead, give me a perception check.
What kind of perception check I'm making right now? Ooh, wait, I think I have... do I? I have no clue. Do you allow me to use guidance?
Yes.
By the logic of the event?
Yes,
Then
you
cool.
may use guidance. Also, thank you, the full TTPG, for that. Yep, turned up my volume, just... I forgot that I had the noise gate on. So, 17. With a 17, tilting your head and looking around, you're able to now more closely, or 17 plus 4, so that's 21, actually. 21, yeah, you are able to locate that the source of this sound is coming from a southern direction. Or at least southern based on the directions that you're aware of within the Feywild. Most times people say either twilight toward or duskwards. And you're heading in a more duskward direction.
May I ask? What kind of noise is it?
It's a sound of talking, a little bit of music playing, and the sound of people.
So she will probably take a step toward there, one at her side, and just point. Well, it seems like life is making noise this way. Would you like to go check it out? Did you say music?
Yes.
Oh, neat. Music and people. Well, I'm sure you can hear them too. I mean,
With the music being pointed out, can the rest of us hear it?
You guys now do hear the sound of music, and the sound of this music actually fuck, where is it? Did I not?
The Fey Hills are alive with the sound of music.
Yes, Christian. Good job.
So you hear this playing softly, and the more you listen, the more you can almost feel the plant life around you beginning to react. The trees, no breeze is pulling them, but seem to sway with the beat of the song.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if this is like, because my character probably, he's probably not the most well-read person in the world on the Feywild, but he's probably at least read something on it, and to see if this is a common occurrence or not.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. That's a 21.
21. You're not the best read on Fey wildlife and how it reacts to music specifically, but in this case, you know enough to be sure that the trees do often move without wind being present. A great deal many of the plants within the Feywild actually harbor some natural spirit within them. So oftentimes you'll have trees that are able to independently move in contrast to whatever direction wind may be flowing. In this moment with the 21, you can also tell the presence of some kind of magic within the music itself. The voices they're singing it, the music that is playing, seems to have some sway over the natural spirits within this area.
Huh. Alright. Then, as they start walking, Luca would start walking towards the sound of the music. He would...
He would definitely blah 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 blah.
Sorry, I'm pulling something up to make sure I have it. He would pull out his drum and start, slowly drumming along. Actually, he'd pull out his violin and start, playing along to the sound of the music.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a performance check.
Sure. Please don't be bad. Okay, good. That's a 23.
23. Taking a moment to hear the beat, the intent behind the song, and listening closely, you then begin to draw your bow across your violin, playing soft at first so that you can tune yourself into the song, but quickly you're able to join the band of this. And as you do, you notice some of the trees begin to sway more towards you, as if the music that you have joined in is drawing them closer to you.
Okay.
The trees themselves don't slide towards you, but branches do move towards you as you walk through this forest environment. And everybody give me a perception check.
Me included or everyone else?
You included.
Alright, perception. Not very good at those. Oh, 19. My dice are on fire tonight. Knock knock.
16.
19, 16, 19, and 19. Wow. Okay. So the lowest...
Good dice today, huh?
Good dice.
I said good eyes.
Oh yeah. Good eyes as well. Good dice and good eyes. Only thing you can ask for in life.
Yep.
Yeah. Unless you go to the optometrist, it's like, you have the eyes of a 40-year-old, and you're only 14. And be like, oh, great.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. So...
Depends on the person, I suppose.
as you guys are walking, you all notice the path in front of you is easily followed as the plant life seems to part in front of you. And as long as Luca plays, the trail is clear on where to go. So, the further you walk in, the more you see around you. There's a strange tree that holds different fruits on it. There's bushes of berries ranging from greens to oranges to vibrant purples and pinks. The vegetation here is vibrant and full of life. And the smells of this area are almost intoxicating. For the next hour or so, you all are led down this trail all the way towards the market, the Sealy Market, which you all are able to see. Here there are people milling about, large tents and canopies, as well as smaller places that hold fruits and birds. There's strange creatures in this area, and as you guys, wow, okay, that's fun. Shoot. Don't know why I did that on this, but you know. There we go. There we go. Okay. That is good enough for me. But you guys see that at these various fruit stalls, you actually all emerge on this side of the market. At these fruit stalls, there are several goblins that are currently shelling out various plants and fruits at these fruit stalls. And you all also notice someone else. Someone who doesn't appear to fit the area. Lyra, if you would like to describe yourself.
All right, it's gonna be interesting. Well, let's start off simple. Height-wise, I'm only 5'11". Wearing I'm wearing studded leather armor with smaller brass plating across the arms and legs. I also have seemingly mechanical goggles like on my forehead that I could put on. Short blonde hair, blue eyes, and a rather pale complexion. Following me around is, let's say a mechanical snake. It's basically a snake, just that it's much more mechanical, and instead of slivering, it uses small tracks to move around. And every time it you know these things snakes do with the tongue? Every time it does that, small smokes of steam come out. Is that enough? Well, what I also should add is I'm female, but yeah, I believe that's all.
Alright. So you all notice this woman now standing in front of the various fruit stalls talking to one of the goblin vendors that are there. Lyra, you also notice these new members of this market. Having made your first arrival here, you were greeted by most other inhabitants of the Feywild, specifically various elves and satyrs, nymphs, dryads, creatures native to this land. These are some of the first that you've noticed that aren't that are distinctly not, except for one amongst them.
Which one of those would be?
That's such a good question.
Is it the elf, or the tieflings?
Elf, of course.
There's 2 elves in the party.
It's one half.
Mm.
Only one is full. You also
So we don't go with elven racism in here. Elves are elves.
Well, one of
They
them
all have pointy ears.
perceives. One perceives to be an elf. He looks like an elf.
Yeah.
She looks like an elf. She walks like an elf.
But Lyra, you have these new people here. The group can also see that there is a from where you're standing at this first set of fruit stalls, a rather large dragon. Scales of, what's the exact description for this? Sorry, have to pull it up. Alright. Of course, they don't give me an actual description of her. So, the scales are a deep blue that also seem to glow ever so slightly. And the dragon the dragon itself is apparently slumbering at this moment.
Alright. Does the new person that we just saw that looked kind of out of place, do they seem to be paying attention to us at all, or just kind of minding their own business?
Lyra, do you pay attention to them at all?
Well, I only gave them a quick glance, but returned back to the vendor then.
Luca is going to then walk by, pardon me, excuse me, That's
Ow, my
understandable.
toe.
Sorry.
All right.
And he's going to start trying to look around for the because they were told to find the leader of this area, correct?
Not necessarily the leader of this area, but a merchant in the area that is said to have the item that you are requested to get. The
Were we given like oh, go ahead.
the exact details weren't really given full.
Oh,
It from the way that it was kind of implied, it was, we know that this item is here. We don't know who it is, who has it. Find that person, and we pay whatever price they want.
were you at least given a description of what the item looks like?
Yes, a card that has a old man with skin of bark, hair of green leaves, in
That's
a
right.
meditating position.
All right.
Sounds like a tarot card.
Also,
Does
as
sound like a tarot card.
Luca, as you step past one of the stalls, you feel a small tug on the back of your shirt. Looking down, you see one of the goblin owners of these fruit stalls look up towards you and say in a scratchy voice, Okay.
Excuse me. I'm not sure if you had any fruit on the way in, but I can guarantee you that our fruit is the best. Please come to my stall. You'll see. I'll show you.
No, thank you. I appreciate the offer, but I have already eaten.
He rushes back to his stall and grabs what looks to be this beautiful apple.
As he
Perfect.
does, can I? Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
As he like wanders back over to his stall, can I try to like slip down like this area over here to try to get away from him?
Go ahead, roll stealth.
Dope. Let me roll that. Stealth. Ooh, I'm actually pretty good at that. Okay. Oh, that's a 9. It doesn't matter if you're good at that if you roll so shit.
As you see him turn to his stall, you try to take the chance to break off and head down this other section of the market. And as you do, you start to move too quickly and basically hip check into one of the nearby tables, and you're standing there. Oh man, that really hurts. And right about the time that you're like starting to get over the pain of hitting your hip in the direct corner of this wooden table, you
Bouge moi.
then have the same tug, and looking back, you see it's the same goblin that holds this large, perfect apple in his hand. Gnarled fingernails gently on the outside skin of it, as he holds it up to you and says,
Now, while this may look like an ordinary apple, I promise you that it has grand effects. Should you eat one of these, consume it whole, and you'll gain some mystical fey powers. I promise you, it is of grand importance.
as he kind of holds the apple up towards you.
I appreciate the offer, but I am strong enough on my own. I do not need. I do not need things like this. I must go. And, limping a little bit, he tries to walk away.
Everybody else kind of sees this goblin, like, shoulders slump, he kind of sags into himself with a little bit of sadness before he steps back and away, looking over to the rest of the group. At around that time, Nova, this goblin up here comes up to you holding this beautiful strawberry.
Excuse me, are you hungry, miss? Because I swear that I have the perfect fruit here for you. I trust that you'll enjoy every last bite of it. Here.
Really?
Yes.
Of all the people? Really?
You look as if you could use a strawberry.
You are so very generous. Oh, look! Look, there's a bird there. I think it's calling for you. Isn't it strange?
Go ahead and roll deception. Okay, Ione.
No, that's too
I'm
late.
just
Never
taking
mind.
someone else's kid. It was a nice one, though. It wasn't a mean one, to be fair.
18.
Oh. A bird? I haven't tried giving a feather to... Maybe that's worthwhile.
Then you see the goblin pick up and rush off towards wherever you pointed. And you hear, growing faintly into the distance,
Betty! Betty, I have a treat for you!
So gullible. And she just woke up.
uh,
That was quite mean.
Was it,
Lyra.
though?
Lyra. As you're kind of watching all this, you see the goblin in front of you now says, holding up a bunch of large purple grapes that seem almost ready to burst, and holds it out to you.
I think that you'll enjoy these. They have such incredible potent power within them that you could use them for anything. But if one were to eat these, you'd gain such abilities as the Fae have.
Am I allowed to inspect the fruit for any magical ability?
Sure, go ahead, roll Arcana. Also, while you guys have been in here, the song has changed to a new one. Okay, Arcana 16. Looking over these grapes and hearing what the goblin states, they do seem to have some change in them. Not just the fact that they are these vibrant and delicious looking fruits, but also in the fact that as you inspect them, you can almost see glimmers of faint light coming from them, as if trailing through the sky like sparks.
Okay. Though I don't notice if they've been tampered with, do I?
From the inspection that you gave, don't seem to be.
Have I seen them before? Or something similar?
You haven't really spent that long of a time in the Feywild specifically, so you wouldn't. You would know, like, the fruit. You're familiar with the fruit, but the effects of magic in the Feywild are still a little bit foreign to you.
And how much?
Uh,
I'd ask.
All we ask is that you give us a lock of your hair.
Can I search for any ulterior motives?
Go ahead, roll insight.
Oh, great.
Could Seymour roll insight as well to see if he knows any Feywild law or rules?
You can go ahead and roll me history, Seymour.
Yes, sure. Okay, sure thing.
Insight on this goblin.
13.
Don't really. I mean, goblins seem shifty at the best of times, and Seymour, you know nothing about the
Nothing.
Feywild rules. All of this is just weird stuff to you. There has not been a single ocean nearby you at this point, and everything is forest. This is wrong.
Where is the sand? Where are the shells?
Where is my salty water?
But Lyra, goblins, fairly shifty bunch. This one seems pretty honest, though.
Hi, I'm sorry.
Um,
We don't know each other. Nova will approach the strange woman with the goggle on her forehead. I'm so sorry. This is kind of like your transaction. Is this the first stall you're visiting?
that's the store I'm visiting.
Oh, it is. Is it your first time on this side of the world?
Not really, no. I've been here before, but never at this market.
Oh, so you've been to the Feywild already.
Yes, mostly to collect ingredients and special herbs.
Oh, these are not going to bring you anything very special. But you're gonna ask me to roll if I take a look around, are you?
I'm gonna say that the goblin looks up to you, Nova, and is like,
You don't know what I sell. I've never seen you before.
Oh, I don't mean to be rude. I'm just, a foreign person in a foreign market. Anything could happen.
And this
Good
miss
and
seems perfectly capable of making any decisions on her own.
Oh, she absolutely does. She seemed to be looking her up and down, flattered, But well, isn't it number one rule to not eat anything given in this world anyway? I wouldn't even eat those. And I was born in this world.
go ahead and roll me
That's the truth.
No, actually, you having lived here would know. Your character would know. Eating the fruit is fine. It's not frowned upon. It's not something that, like, is bad necessarily. A lot of the time, the fruits here have strange effects that they also add, but nothing that is incredibly dangerous. But also, like, life couldn't live if you couldn't eat, but you have to respect the source that you gain food from. Anyone that were to take food or pieces of the wildlife around you without giving the proper respect to whatever nature spirit might inhabit that could possibly have something placed on it.
That is fair. I suppose all those, what are those goblins? I already forgot. They're all friends. I mean, they all look alike, so I could assume that they all are, like, they know each other.
You ask?
No?
No. So you're
No,
just
it's an
gonna have the
assumption I'm
assumption
making. Yes,
that
I'm going to stay with my assumption.
all tieflings know each other. Okay.
That is very racist.
You
Just
hear that from the distance.
Just in the background, Luca. That is racist.
Very
It
presumptuous
was
of
such
you.
an Amara comment, I am so sorry. Oh, why do I keep doing that though? Okay, anyway, never mind. I still stand my ground, and I was still... I mean, I will look at the creature. I think it's a goblin, you said, but she will just smile and just know that it's still very generous of you. I would still not eat them. But you're right. If that's their choice, and then she will turn to... I'm going to go on the talking, so I don't say the name wrong. Lira, the person, and just say, well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. You should just be careful to what you accept. Take care. She would say take care, but she wouldn't move. She would probably make one step on the side and just look like a creep.
While that's going on, Luca's gonna try to flag down Darcy.
Okay.
Hey, Darcy,
Yeah. And then she would
Cover me.
step to Luca.
cover me for a moment. I'm going to cast a spell, but I need to not be interrupted for a few minutes.
What do you want me to do exactly?
Just if someone tries to interrupt me, just swat them on the head or something.
Cool. No pressure. Got it.
Luca would take his arm off and offer it to her. I could give you a hand.
No, thank you.
He'll then like chuckle to himself and reattach his mechanical arm.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. Okay. How much time do you need?
About 10 minutes.
10 long minutes. Okay, alright.
Okay. So what are you doing?
I would like to ritual cast locate. That's not a ritual spell. Never mind. I don't need 10 minutes. Just need a few seconds. I forgot because with my bard a while back, I used to use locate object as a ritual spell, even though it wasn't. So it just got fucked up in my head. I'm just gonna cast locate object. Try to find the card with it.
Okay. Darcy, you come Overwatch as what you expect to take 10 minutes is done in 6 seconds. You're able to get a ping off of it. And it's coming from the center of this market. The direction is faced at the large tent that dominates the very center of this entire marketplace.
Oh, that's where I got 10 minutes from. It's concentration up to 10 minutes.
There you go. But you now know the location. Also, while that's going on, Lyra, you had this elf woman come up to you and tell you not to take the fruit.
Well, I will deny it, since it doesn't really fit on my list of good race.
See,
Seymour will butt in and say, well, you could siphon the magic from the grapes and put it into and make some alchemic potion from it and study the effects of what magic may linger within the fruit without actually needing to ingest it to find out what wibbly wobbly, timey wimey magic occurs when you do consume it. Science. Study. Discover.
adapt, survive, overcome.
He murdered the mad scientist.
Here we go. So, since you're saying that, Seymour, you see the goblin perk up a little bit and wave the grapes out towards you.
Yes, see what he says. Here, would you like to try?
I'll try a grape. And he, with his fingers, just delicately plucks a single juicy grape from the vine with a twist and eats it.
Before you do, the goblin quickly snatches the grape from you.
Payment first.
Okay, I will give you a name.
I do not deal in names, only locks of hair.
Okay. Because he's only eating a grape, he's going to just pluck a single strand and just place it on the counter. His white hair just kind of seamlessly blends into the wooden table.
The brown table blends in with the white hair.
Well, it's almost translucent, so
He will give you the single grape and take the hair, and as he takes it in his long fingers with the long fingernails, you hear him go,
Really, nothing sinister comes from this.
So go ahead.
Hopefully not.
Go ahead and roll me a d10 after you consume this grape.
D10, rolling. I think that's a 3.
That's a 5.
That's a 5.
5? I was
That's
looking
definitely a
at the
5.
dice and stuff. Yeah, 5.
Okay. Ooh.
That's always my characters eating the mysterious fruit.
As you bite into this grape, I need you to roll me a d4.
Okay.
One, okay. So you bite this grape and it is juicy, it is delicious. It's pretty much the most perfect grape that you've ever experienced. And as you let yourself enjoy it, you close your eyes for a moment, and you've started to realize something. Around you, there are many different voices, speaking many different languages. Except... Sorry.
Let's see.
Bless you.
Yeah. Thank you. Except now they're not. Now they're all speaking common. You are able to understand all language for the next day.
Oh, awesome.
So, all language is known to you. Keep that in mind for anything. And seemingly no immediate ill effects.
Good to know. See? Nothing happened. I ate the grape was yummy. Now I can understand everyone. See? You don't know what's going to happen if you do not experiment. And I'm not even a scientist.
Good for you.
Your sarcasm is not warranted.
Oh, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm
And
just so
patronizing, then.
happy for you.
Can I just awkwardly get to another stall?
Okay.
Those
Which
rich people.
stall do you head towards? And also,
the one with the animals, I'd say.
okay, the birds. All right. You, as you step up, you hear a cacophonous squawking that comes from this stall in the market. A marked with a pennant that says Merryweather's Beautiful Birdies. A dryad is currently talking to a very large parrot, resting on her arm with a beautiful blue and red plumage, saying, Now, settle down. And while that's going on, Luca, you've picked up exactly where this card is located. Do you begin heading towards there, or are you waiting for everyone else to join up?
Luca's gonna like wave down the rest of the group. Everybody, I have a job to do. I've located the card.
Well, that was quick.
Good job.
So, do you all join him and go to get the card, or are you looking around a little bit?
I'll follow. I got nothing better to do.
Alright. Seymour's following Nova. Where do you go?
You follow anxiously.
Okay. And Darcy?
Well, she's already there with Luca. She knows what he's doing, so yeah.
Okay. Then this group begins to make their way there. As you do, the first tent that you pass by holds a satyr, and you hear them call out as he flourishes out his hand, a deck of cards splayed out across him. Come on, come all! A satyr wearing a velvet cloak beams at you all from a stand full of card decks. He waves with a dramatic flourish, and a set of cards appear in his other hand. Or did he pull it from his sleeve? You see that he is calling out, and as he does, he drops the deck, which vanishes from sight, and begins to play with the cards in his other hand, filtering the deck and shuffling before seemingly spreading them across his palm in a tight circle. Excuse me, but would you all like to see a magic trick?
No, thank you. We are busy.
I would, please. I like magic tricks.
All right. As Luca dismisses and then Seymour steps up, you see this satyr smiling, and as you step up, Seymour, he says, "Did you have any trouble hearing me there, sir?"
No.
Filtering the cards back into a full deck. "Oh, but I imagine it would be so hard to hear when..." And he reaches up towards your ear. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Four.
4.
Yeah.
His hand goes next to your ear, and as your eyes try to track it, you're unable to see anything before he suddenly pulls back and reveals a card in his hand that was not there a second ago. "But how could you hear if you had this card in your ear?" Saying with a bright
Oh
smile.
my. How did that get there?
"I am unsure, but you could find many more cards like this at my stall. I actually have a great deal many playing card decks as well as some more mystical cards. Would you like to take a look?"
Yes. I was wondering if you had a particular card in your collection.
Particular card? Someone who is a connoisseur. Well, I have a great many cards and many decks, so let us see. Which one are you looking for?
I am looking for a card that has a depiction of a man with a face made of wood.
Luca's gonna turn around and give him like a what? You just Seymour, I know where it is. It's not with that man.
Shut up. It's like, your spell could be wrong.
This man just did magic. What magic do you know? Can you make cards suddenly appear in ears? The satyr looks between the two of you very curiously and says, "Unfortunately, I do not have any cards of that specific, but I do have..." And he begins looking through some of the decks before he pulls out a deck. This is in chapter 7. Let's see if I can find it. No. I guess. Okay. This is well beyond that. A little bit more. Not that far. I went too far. Here it is. What was it? Chapter 7. Got it. Which one is... Wait. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out if I have the right thing. It's chapter 7. That's chapter 6. Type of... Maybe I'm in the wrong... here it is. I'll choose this. You see that this deck of cards is decorated with geometric shapes that have a protective motif. Looking it over for a little bit, you're unsure exactly what it is, but he says, this, and holds up the deck itself, is a house of cards. If one were to, say, use this item, they would be able to make themselves a shelter however they deem fit, but this shelter is able to withstand rain or snow or any climate and keep you comfortable and safe.
Very tempting. Could you show me a demonstration of how these cards work before I buy them? Because last thing we want is some slippery. Last thing we want is to be tricked and waste money, if you understand.
That is understandable, though we don't really have the space for it. And he looks behind his cart and takes this deck of cards and throws it out. And as he does, you see the cards begin to splay out and then suddenly begin to stack up and form into larger and larger cards. They filter out together into a 40-foot cube that has a card for a door and 4 windows. The roof is angular in shape and made for what appears to be better runoff of snow or water. Here you are.
That is quite remarkable. I'll have it. I'll buy it.
Well, in order to get this deck, I must insist on you showing me a card trick of your very own. Impress me, dazzle me, show me something I've never seen before. And he hands over a mundane deck for you to use.
Okay. No pressure, no pressure. Okay, so would that be a dexterity check?
It is sleight of hand. You're trying to do a trick without him seeing what the trick is.
Gotcha. Could I have some guidance, please?
Oh, of course.
Alright. You're getting guidance in this.
I do want to specify guidance is a very loud cantrip.
It is. And the satyr eyes Nova a little bit, but doesn't seem to say anything.
Okay, rolling for sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, dice gods, give me something good. So that's 18 altogether.
18. Okay. Seymour, you take this deck and now with the guidance of Nova, you take it between 2 hands. And then without moving your hands at all, you, Nova, and the satyr watch as the cards begin to rotate in a small circle until the entire deck is splayed out under your hands, your fingers clearly showing so that they do not think that you're using your fingers in any way. You would know that the only finger that is mostly covered is your pinky, and you are able to use that to move the cards around in your between your palms in such a way that it filters perfectly into a circle. The satyr looks on in awe and shock before saying, "Oh, well, that is a very good trick indeed. And well earned. Here you go." And you watch him clap his hands together, and the house deck falls into a neat stack on the ground.
Awesome.
While that was going on, Lyra, the
Yes.
Dryad looks to you as she is taking care of her birds, and gives you a curious look over before saying, so how may I help you? Are you looking to gain some new companionship? I have many great birds to choose from.
I'm sorry, but I'm only interested in the feathers, really.
Say that one more time. Sorry, a little bit. There we go.
I'm only interested in the feathers.
In the feathers? Well, I wouldn't want to trade anything for these feathers. You can feel free to pluck them from the ground, should you wish.
Do I find any feathers that are good as ingredients?
Go ahead and give me a...
Investigation?
Yes.
Oi. Dirty 21.
21. Looking across the ground, you're not seeing any feathers that could be used in alchemical or otherwise. There are some good feathers to be used for, say, decoration base or for fletchings for arrows, but otherwise not really anything that would have alchemical worth.
Then I'll just pick the ones for arrows and a few lesser ones as these God, that was complicated. Calligraphy feather.
Okay. Yep.
The ones you tip in ink.
Yeah, calligrapher.
Calligraphy. Yes. Gotcha.
Well, after that, I move on to the next store.
Okay.
The one with the dog and the items.
The dog and the items? Okay. As you step over towards this dog, you see it's a lean dog with long pointed ears that sits in the middle of a giant rug, surrounded by trinkets. The dog looks up to you and smiles, his tongue lolling out of his mouth. "Second-hand bargains," he barks. "Best deals around."
Second hand. Implies they've been used before. Did you clean them well?
Giving them a cursory glance, they all seem relatively clean, the items that are laid out. You see currently that there is a pair of small rose-tinted glasses with round lenses, a droopy potted plant in an old boot, a metal goblet rusted over, shaped like a frog opening its mouth to the sky, a wide-brimmed, palm-frond sun hat that has been chewed on slightly, a utensil shaped like a fork on one end, and a spoon on the other, and a well-used squeaky toy in the shape of a garden gnome with a red hat.
Those rose-tinted glasses. Do they have any major wear and tear on them?
Slight. There's some small scratches on the lenses themselves, and the frames look to be a little bit loose on the hinges. Nothing that couldn't be fixed relatively easily.
Oh, now that's a question. Could I use them as some sort of filter for alchemy stuffs or magics?
They're rose tinted. I'd say that they would possibly be useful in some alchemical recipes that would require you to look at something bright, giving you some shade from that. Otherwise, they're pretty fancy.
Could I possibly retrofit the lenses to my goggles?
The lenses themselves are fairly small. They're more like reading glasses than actual meant to be like full-time glasses. So the lenses themselves wouldn't necessarily fit into the goggles. They could possibly be popped out and made into a secondary slot that could go over the goggles.
That was exactly what I was gonna ask. How much for those goggles there, glasses?
I don't deal in gold or coin. All I ask is that whatever you take, you replace.
What if I take a replace? Quite the interesting. Intriguing.
It needs to be something of similar value.
I don't have much.
Vinci is kind of panting a little bit, tail wagging.
Could I, could I possibly exchange the glasses for a python?
Depends. What story do you have of this python?
Story. Oh boy. Well, I'd say hardships is being made. The steel of it made melted, and hammered into a perfectly round shape with the rope and a spiky needle to pierce a wall. The hardships was being made, really.
I guess that this is acceptable for trade. Go ahead.
So I just gotta delete the python and add the rose-tinted glasses, do I get it right?
Yes.
I have 10 of them. Do I just remove one, or...?
Just one.
Just one.
Yes.
Then add a custom item, yes?
Yep, you can just add a pair of small rose-tinted glasses with round lenses.
Weight and cost I can ignore.
Yes.
All right, then I have them.
He lays down on his large mat and seems to allow you to take the rose tinted glasses as soon as you set down the python.
Anything else that might fancy my interest?
Honestly, not much. A lot of these seem to be strange things that have just piqued the dog's interest rather than anything of value or use.
Right, then I'd move on to the ferry with the scrolls.
Okay. While you're doing that, Luca, you're heading straight for where this card is that you are looking for,
Yep.
correct? Okay. Darcy, are you heading there too?
Yep. Sorry for muting myself. Lots of background noise.
It's okay. Then you two are heading there. As you're walking there, you see that there are more of these goblins selling various fruits, but there's also this pixie woman who is at a large table that holds several different scrolls that is using a small quill and inkwell to write on one of these scrolls currently. She is directly behind you as you walk towards this tent. Do either of you stop?
Say Luca does stop, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Darcy too.
Luca, go ahead and give me a Arcana check.
Sure, I can do that. I'm good at those. Let's see if my dice like me.
Should I do 2 or just...
You as well, Lyra.
Alright, that's a 10.
It's a 10.
Also a 10?
10 as well. Okay. It's fairly
That's not
obvious that these are spell scrolls. You're unable to exactly tell what spell scrolls these are, but they are very specifically scrolls that this pixie is selling.
Okay, then in that case he starts going again because I thought this was like a sign-in area or something.
Okay.
So he would keep going.
Okay. Keeping to the mission, Luca then goes into the tent. Darcy, you following along, or do you as well stay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, she'll just follow.
The two of you enter into this tent, and you see the outside says, Ottlewind's Tent of Many Fortunes. Walking through the flaps of the tent that close behind you, you see inside that warm light glows from a single lantern in this otherwise dark tent, illuminating canvas walls decorated with patchwork iconography of comets, keys, knights, and more. A small goblin sits cross-legged on the ground, wearing a blue hat and a lopsided smile. A stack of ivory cards lies before him.
Took you long enough?
He says, beckoning you both to sit.
Luca would bow his head before he sits. My apologies.
Well, Darcy will follow, but silently, not doing anything as of now.
Do you sit?
But she would be very careful. Yeah,
Okay.
very slowly looking around, see if she can notice anything strange.
Go ahead and give me... Darcy, give me a investigation check.
Alrighty. Well, everything's alright. Nothing to worry about.
Yep. It's just a goblin in a creepy tent that seemingly is very dark despite the lantern in the middle of the tent lighting it all up. This is normal. Tuesday.
Completely normal, very friendly,
Luca?
very welcoming.
Luca, very much not normal, not friendly, not welcoming. As you watch the walls of this tent move with shadow that does not match the light being cast. You trace where the shadow is coming from and notice that this goblin is casting many shadows. They are between small gnomish shadows all the way up to large, imposing shadows, many that have horns, similar to tieflings. But the features are otherwise unclear. You can't exactly map out what these are from, these shadows. They seem to move independently of the goblin's actions, but they are all connected to his feet. And there are dozens of different shadows.
Alright.
You see him take his fingers and crack them loudly before looking to the both of you.
Well, my name is Othelwyn, and I have the tent of many fortunes. You come here seeking something, do you not?
We do.
Well,
We're after a card. It depicts an oaken.
yes. I know of the card that you speak of. But before we can get into the card, there's a little something that I must have from you.
That depends.
You see, many people come to these markets, and many pass by poor Otolwyn's fortunes. They claim them as false or as tricksy. But Otolwyn does not play tricks. Otolwyn sees, and I wish to show. So, if you would indulge me in my craft, we can see about getting you your...
Of course.
Okay. As you say that, he takes this ivory deck of cards that sits next to him and begins to shuffle it before splaying it across the ground in front of him. You see that there are 9 cards in total, and he offers you a choice.
You may pick one, any card, to this in front of you.
And you see that the cards all tell me if you can. No, you of course can. So I need to do something real quick. No, not that. Right here. Down and right here. Filters. Background. You see these cards laid out before you. Of which card do you, Luca, pick And do you, Darcy, pick?
Can I check my spell? I'm still concentrating on my spell. Are any of these the cards that we're looking for?
None of these are the cards that you're looking for. You get that the card that you are looking for is somewhere on this gauntlet.
Okay. Luca is going to pick the second from the left.
Oh god, I had the exact same in mind.
So this
No,
one,
the other side. Other side.
your guys is left. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And Darcy.
I'll go with, yeah, the other one. The one you chose originally, second on the right. Yeah.
As you take these cards, you see Adolin move the cards back together into a full deck and take the 2 cards that were pulled. And he looks to the both of you with a small smile before he takes the one that you picked, Luca, and flips it. You see that there is a fading sword that has a crown that is beginning to disintegrate. And the name of this card is Ruin. And you hear Adolin click his tongue a little bit. Ooh, poor luck, my friend. But it seems you will soon lose something you hold dear. Unfortunate. Let's see if your luck is any different, miss. As he flips over the card. You now see that this one card holds what looks to be an amalgamation of different pieces of armor, as well as a knight's helmet with a long flowing feather coming from the helmet itself. Ooh, it seems that someone will offer their services to you in your time of need. You should trust them when they do. He takes the cards, puts them back together, and then throws them back into the deck, shuffling it. So, now that we've had my bit of fun out of the way, you are looking for a very specific card now, aren't you? And you watch as he rolls his fingers and the card that you're looking for presents itself.
Alright. And that card procs with my spell?
It does.
Okay.
Yeah, Darcy would look to Luca for some kind of confirmation.
Luca would keep a pretty strict poker face on. But he wouldn't look, annoyed or anything. So, he's keeping the same straightforward demeanor he's been keeping since he got in the tent.
All right.
That is the card. What is your price?
Well, my price is simple. All I ask for, and as he talks, you notice that the shadows around him begin to darken. The light begins to fade a little bit. All I ask for is your shadows in return.
I will not give mine, but the guild will offer you a shadow in replacement.
A shadow offered, a shadow gains, but a fortune read, a fortune feigned. These conditions may be met if the opportunity is set.
First, I know what you must do. A quest, a path. Yes, this will be true. I require of you an offer. Go and find my lonesome daughter.
Where is your daughter?
Would not be much of a quest if I were to tell you where you may find them. But no game is done without a clue given, so first, your clue. As he takes the deck, shuffling it. Let us see. And then he draws a card. Ah. The map. A map you'll find. But talk to someone you must divine. Let's see what you are to proclaim. Ah, yes, I see. Two hearts in twain. Two hearts must be mended, and there you shall find a clue to my daughter you will divine. And with that, I think we will take our first break. Be back here in about 10. I know that we went on a little bit long with that, but I wanted to get some rhyme scheming fun out of the way.
Fair and valid.
So, we will be back in 10 and when we get back, we can get into this possible quest. Ooh, I'm having fun with this. I love that you guys are very blatantly ignoring everything.
What do you mean? We're not. Some people are buying things, some people are eating things, some people are playing with cards. Some people just enter mysterious tents.
I'm just kind of playing it as like Luca was raised on Tales of the Fae, and how how kids were getting kidnapped and replaced with changelings, and how Fae would steal your name and have your forever servitude. So he's just like has a healthy fear of the Fae.
I mean, it comes with being people in the world. You understand that, like, sometimes the Fae isn't that good. So I completely understand your guys' aversion to the market. But I also love Seymour just walking around being like, yes, I shall take every deal.
Yeah. He might be intelligent, but he's not the wisest. Like, he will take any opportunity to
waiting
discover
for-
new things.
We're just waiting for a little drawback at some point, maybe. Who's to know?
A quick
Who's to
acknowledgement.
Hmm?
I've noticed that Seema is still low on health, even though you did have a long rest during the travels to the portal.
I'll fix that.
Alright, I will be right back.
All good.
All right.
Also,
Shall we have a intermission?
yes, we are having a 10-minute intermission. It's now 7-minute intermission. It's also fun trying to introduce a new companion into a party, and then everybody's just like, okay, we'll sidestep that entirely.
Well, not exactly, but we're not just going to jump the poor individual either.
No,
It's
I'm
like,
not
hey,
expecting
please
you to
join us.
jump. Just, it's funny to me is all.
We'll get there.
Would Darcy know about anything? Know anything about? Jeez, sorry. Huh. Know anything about the Feywild from
Hi, Jon
her
Snow.
patron?
You know a fair bit, yeah.
Because yeah, I'd imagine she's a bit creeped out, and she's just like following Luca around, like, okay, let's get this done and then get the hell out of here.
Wait,
Also,
I'm just realizing, but do
Hmm.
you keep pulling out because because you this is out of character. We're on bio break.
Yeah.
Because your patron is an Arc Fae. Don't you want to be my friend?
what?
Don't you want to be my friend in this game?
I do.
I won't hurt you.
I'm just playing it funny because, like, when they first met, Noah was like, "Oh, your red doesn't look very happy or healthy," you know. And she's just a bit battered, but she took her hand and
Is a little, well,
I know. I'm so sorry for not participating that much. Just like a lot of background noise and stuff.
what did we say? Stop apologizing.
Never.
Yes,
Never.
forever.
I'm sorry for apologizing too much.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine.
Oh my god, stop fighting. Oh my god.
I'm going to get you a Jack in the Box. And then when you're gonna open it, every time you're going to apologize in any kind of way or manners, it's going to just like stop apologizing. Oh, it will have like a card. It will have like a card. Transform that sentence into a thank you. Say thank you instead. Say thank you. But yes,
Hmm.
almost one entire year. Any hoot.
When's our anniversary, Erica? It's, I think, 27th? 28th?
No, we decided that it was January 1st
No.
because it was easier to remember. Look at the screenshot. The screenshot should be the, I think it's pinned.
Yeah,
Oh, are you going to check
I
on
don't know.
Facebook?
no,
Oh, but we are in December.
I won't right now. But yeah, I think it's 27th or
Okay.
28th when I saw your post. Yeah.
I think it was 20. Wasn't it the very last day though? I'm going to look it up
Mm.
in.
And back then, I thought that you were a sweet and shy girl.
I
I was wrong.
am.
No, she's
you.
she's sly.
You're rotten.
and-
Yes, to the core.
How dare you? I am the most inoffensive of the entire group. Like, I can't believe.
Hmm.
Dare you?
The most innocent. That's laughable. Ha ha ha.
I am. They know. These people know.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Oh.
I'm
And
going.
I remember-
Facebook is gonna be much faster.
I remember calling Funny, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, I found
Oh,
the
no.
kindest,
Right.
like,
No.
nicest girl ever.
Okay, that was back when she didn't knew me.
Yes, exactly.
For your information, people.
We started out playing Baldur's Gate, and we were both like, "Oh, is this okay if I do this? Do you mind if I do that? Is that okay? I'm sorry."
At the beginning, I was like, do you mind if we stay a little longer to get me the sword? It's like the best sword. I can do the entire game with it. It was like, sure, no, it's okay. But I know you stressed because I think what time did we reach? Like 4 or 5?
I don't know.
something like that?
I have returned.
Welcome back.
Hello.
I can't open Facebook. The old days. when we all
Mm, yeah.
shy. Shy.
Hmm.
Oh, I think it was 29th though. Like it was at the
I
very
don't know, just
beginning.
before, yeah, New Year's Eve.
Ooh, we played so much. Is it okay if I add one of my friends? She
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
join, but she can join. She can play right now.
And I lied to you. I said that she was very nice. She's not. Now you know that.
See, see. I can't even find the group anymore.
I will find it.
Oh, the
Hurry.
ladies.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Uh, first.
I could have sworn we pinned that in the entire. And it's funny because
Why can't I find it?
when we
Let's
were
see.
having that conversation the other day, I was saying, okay, so I do remember everyone, technically. And then I started to wonder
Honey,
because I cannot remember how Caleb and I met. I remember everyone, like literally everybody.
Crucible of Fate.
So sorry for that. Thank you for being patient with me.
We met on the Crucible of Fate.
Yes, but like I remember posting something on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
and someone gave me an invite, but that wasn't you.
No.
That
I
wasn't you.
was one of the
And then I
first
posted
people.
something in the Crucible.
Yeah. I was the first person that greeted you in the Crucible of Fate and told you that I was
Ah.
running the New Bloods. Same with Brian.
Okay. Oh, you found Brian as well on the Crucible?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Didn't you find me as
weird.
well?
Yes.
On the
Yeah,
Crucible?
you found
On
us
the
all.
Uh-huh.
Crucible.
We all started
Well,
We
on
found
there.
everyone on the Crucible.
Except
Yeah.
me.
Not
Yeah.
me.
Not me. I was
You guys
found in
started
an
on the
un-
Crucibles.
I
Found
was
it on
found in
a
an unmentionable.
yeah, in an
unmentionable place.
unmentionable place. Yes.
What,
Come
Reddit?
on.
No. Well,
Write it in the
well,
comments.
adjacent.
4chan?
No.
No,
Still
No,
Discord.
it was a Discord server. It just wasn't a Discord server we wanted on stream.
Yeah.
That was a good campaign. I missed that campaign.
That was a lot.
It was a lot.
It
It was a
was-
lot of. I do miss that campaign, but it was a lot.
Yeah. So can be back right as Darcy leaves. This is right when the 10 minutes is
As
up.
always. As always.
As always.
We know.
Emergency here. Okay, well, can go for a little bit longer on the BRB. The burbs. Let's see.
Okay, I'm finding the conversation. Oh, she gone. Oh.
Yeah.
When she told me like, you need to download this mode and this mode and this mode and this mode. Every mode imaginable.
That's hilarious. You guys found each other through Baldur's Gate.
Yes. Well, in all fairness, I did find a lady to play Baldur's Gate with, but we lost contact. I couldn't add her on Steam stream, you know, the blue thing where we have the thingy. And so I decided to repost something on the same Facebook group saying like, hey, this is like, I remember this is your name, blah 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 blah. I for some reason cannot add you. I don't know what the issue is. Don't hesitate to add me, or to like, you know, private message me again. In case you never see this post, I'm looking for people to play with. And I think Em was like the third or second comment in. I was like, oh, you look cool. Let's do it. And we still have how many playthrough? So we have one when we started together. We have one with you in it. We have one with you and Raslin in it, and I feel like there's another one in there somewhere.
Yeah,
So many playthroughs started, none finished.
not a
Amazing.
single one.
Not a single one. Oh, I'm gonna go with some food. I know. I'm worse than.
I'm noticing just
Except-
now how much of a glass cannon I am.
Yeah. It's typically what artificers are.
Except
mean,
they themselves sometimes have a cannon.
Yeah, unless they're not. Does armor or artificer go burr?
Yes, but as you could have heard, might already have heard, I'm an alchemist.
I thought you were a battlesmith.
No, alchemist. That's why I was asking for the alchemy stuffs, potions, all that.
Hmm.
Ooh, interesting.
I'm back. Sorry.
No problem. Welcome back.
We had a bit of a cooking disaster.
Yeah.
As I'm snorting in the background.
It's like I left the living room and it's the thickest smoke.
Oh God.
Yes. Sorry.
Can any of
I
you
just-
hear yourselves over my microphone?
No, there
Mm,
is no echo.
No, you're not echo.
No, I'm alright. I just thought, because sometimes my picture lights up when you talk.
Oh, good.
Man, it's too bad that the Hungarian doesn't have a smoke detector in their house. They might have been alerted
that's
to the fact that there
true.
was smoke in their house before the smoke turned into a massive cloud.
I thought they both saw.
This is your daily reminder to check your smoke alarm batteries and make sure that they're replaced.
Well, usually when smoke alarm batteries do go bad, or just before they go bad, the detector beeps like crazy and makes you mad.
Oh.
So yeah,
Yeah.
either you go mad from the detector, or... well, yeah.
Oh, other thing that the dice dagger came with was this really nice pink, like, silk bag that has,
It's a pearl effect, if I recall it right.
yeah, has, like, Chinese dragons and lotuses and other flowers across it. It's really nice, actually.
Cool.
I like it.
Is it soft? Is it velvety?
Yes.
Ooh,
Silky. And smooth.
smooth.
Everything okay there? I know you guys don't have a smoke detector, so you couldn't have detected all that smoke.
Yeah, well,
Oh, you let him
could have
know.
used one. Well, forgot about the oil and the chili. Not
Oh.
me. Yeah, no. Open the windows.
Okay. Well,
Wow. Sorry.
it's okay. Get right back into it then. So you guys were given your quest. You must fix broken hearts, and that will lead you on the path of finding the lost daughter of Odilwyn the Goblin.
Ooh, I lost my window.
So,
Luca would give a quiet nod and then stand back up. Understood. I'll see what I can do.
alright. Gives you a slightly sly smile, and as he does, you see the shadows around him rippling slightly. I look forward to seeing your adventure. Go on.
All right, and we head out.
Alright. Leaving the tent, even with the constant dusk sky, it is still much brighter out here than it was in there, so it takes you a second to readjust to the darkness that was in there. Even with dark vision, it's that sudden transition.
Yeah.
And you both step out. While they are doing that, Lyra, what are you doing?
Well, I suppose I'm still looking through them magical scrolls.
Okay. There are several scrolls you can see, and as you step up, the pixie looks up to you. No bigger than a human hand, looking up to you, saying, "Can I help you with anything?"
Do you have any fire-related magics here? Something simple?
I have 5 scrolls to sell, but that is all that I could make at this time.
Here. And she begins to move these scrolls out in front of you, and each of these scrolls is no bigger than a human thumb.
Can I try to read what's on them?
You go ahead and try to, and immediately it is all illegible from this. The writing is neat, it is tidy, but it's also tiny. So you'll need something to magnify your vision.
Can I say that my goggles have these, these optical lenses to zoom in?
I'd say yeah. You'd probably have that.
Alright. Can I do just that?
Alright. Moving the lens down to be able to zoom your vision in to read these scrolls, you see that the 5 scrolls are a scroll of Cure Wounds, a scroll of Fairy Fire, a scroll of Moonbeam, Protection from Poison, and one that you don't recognize.
Scrolls don't use spell slots, do they?
They do not.
Okay. Can I hold the one I don't recognize to the fairy and ask her what it is?
The one that you don't know?
The one that I don't know.
Well, this one is a very special spell. It's one of my own design.
And what does it do?
Well, you see, if you were to cast it...
Where'd that spell go? Ah, right here. Here you go.
If you were to cast this spell on someone,
They must. If you were to cast this spell on someone, they take mind-piercing damage and hear mystical words that make them attack the nearest person to them of your choosing.
That sounds like Crown of Madness, doesn't it?
There is a out of character. There is a difference between the two, but this one deals damage and also prompts them to make an attack.
All right. Then how much for a scroll?
Well, for a scroll, she points to the Cure Wounds and Fairy Fire. This one will take 10 minutes of your voice. She points to the Moonbeam and Protection from Poison. These two are 1 hour per, and points to the one that you did not know, that you're not aware of, or after being explained to you, you have some idea. And this one takes 1 day of your voice.
Oh wow. Wait, so does it take my voice when I cast it, or after I got it?
When you pay for it.
So if I say I take the Cure Wounds one, it would couldn't speak for 10 minutes, or I could, but nothing would come out.
Correct.
Doesn't seem too bad to me. I'll take the one with Cure Wounds then.
All right. As you say that, she picks up the one for cure wounds and hands it over to you. And as you take it, you feel no change.
Okay. Where do I put it in my inventory, or?
Just spell scroll level 1.
Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
On equipment?
Equipment, or
backpack.
you can put it in your backpack. Either way.
Alright.
Just remember, it's the size of your thumb, so.
Make sure not to lose it.
Essentially.
Cure Wounds was 1d4 plus intelligence?
1d8 plus wisdom in this case. Although I think it uses your spellcasting modifier, so probably intelligence.
Intelligence.
So 1d8
Alright.
plus intelligence. 1 cast.
Okay. Okay. Then that's settled. And when I try to speak, just nothing happens. Am I right?
You open your mouth to speak, and instead a burp comes out of bubbles.
What happens when I pop those bubbles?
Pop!
Nothing. Alright. 9, nicht, verdammt. Sorry. Alright, I guess I take it and leave.
Okay.
Was it all to see? Oh, well, actually, can I approach the dragon and try to look for scales. Shedded scales.
I'd say go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw to approach. Also, Darcy and Luca, as you guys exit the tent and begin to readjust to the light, you watch as this elf woman takes one of the scrolls, opens her mouth, and a series of bubbles come out instead of voiced.
Wisdom saving?
Correct.
Ah, that's not great, is it?
As you step up to this dragon, it is immense. The size, and just stepping closer, you can feel that there's everyone else makes a wide berth around this creature, and now you're starting to understand why, because as you step closer, you feel yourself beginning to almost fall asleep slightly, as if getting closer and closer is making you more and more drowsy, and you can only stand getting within so close of it before you have to start stepping back because it's going to make you fall asleep.
Right, then I guess I will take a step back.
Alright. While all of that's been happening, Nova and Seymour, what are you two doing?
I was about to say, can I be a creep? While all of that, I saw that. While all of that was going on, knowing that she stayed with Seymour, ooh, kudos to me. By the card dude, she would have still kept an eye on. Oh, you said it's an elf. On the elf lady. Would she have noticed that? Because I don't know, like the stalls and whatever. I did made it tall this time, but clearly not tall enough. Like, would she have noticed that the elf was walking toward the dragon and so on and so forth?
Roll me perception.
So you're about to say persuasion. Goodbye, good rolls. Goodbye. It was nice having you.
You watch this elf beginning to walk up towards this dragon, occasionally losing sight of her as she passes by different stalls and tents, but you're able to keep a fairly close eye.
You will probably turn to Seymour at some point.
Why do you
and
keep
say-
saying my name so weird? It's Seymour, not Seymour.
I can't. I can't. I just can't.
She's too French.
I'm too French.
Seymour.
You're
It's
gonna
like
have to
saying
deal with
simmer.
it. You're gonna
It's
have
like
to deal
simmer.
with it.
Yeah, fine. It's like simmer. You put the water, the pot of the pot of water to simmer.
I did got the C part of the name. And then
Anyway.
just more. See? More.
Yeah, Seymour.
Anyways, she would look at the seaman
That-
and just I don't know why, but that person is making me feel so very anxious. As someone dies into the... Come back, please don't do that to me.
Seymour will look at confused, but like, which lady? I don't see no fucking lady.
And she will move. You know the one we just met earlier at the fruit stands.
Ah, that lady. Of course, yes. She seems fine. She seems nice.
You're stressing me out. And she would walk away to go check out on says lady. Everyone is stressing me out. But from far, not to be, maybe like here. I suppose that's like kind of farish enough.
Alright. So, Lyra, you look back and you see the elven woman that told you not to take one of the fruits. It's just kind of looking at you. Concern on her face.
Well, suppose I approach.
Oh, she will pretend to get busy with something. Whatever is nearby.
As she immediately then turns to the nearest fruit stall and begins looking through the various fruits. The goblin that stands there is kind of rubbing his hands together.
Yes, we have such delicious fruits for you.
And looking back. And just and looking back.
I will ask, are you following me?
Bubbles come out of her mouth.
Oh, right. Forgot about that.
What did you buy? Oh. You can just show it. Because.
Yeah, I'm just gonna open my palm and this tiny speck of paper, not bigger than my thumb, as you said.
Oh. Okay. You gotta scroll. How long?
How long was it? I mean, not long ago. I mean, about,
Oh,
what,
no.
2 minutes?
I can see your lips moving. There is no words coming out of it.
More bubbles.
Can you show with your
Well-
fingers?
That was out of character, really, just. I would be filling with my fingers until I find 2. Just 2 fingers. 2 minutes, technically.
Oh, like
I-
this?
Well, would it be 2 minutes or how long?
Probably be about 5 minutes left on the duration.
5 already.
The walk there, this map makes it look a lot closer than it actually is. The stalls are fairly spread out for large groups of people to walk through and wander through. So, it would
There's
take
quite some time
That's fair.
we have passed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, I
the
just hold up
along
5
is-
fingers.
So you're showing her too, is it? Like, as in, like this?
Well, pretty much. That'd be a rough estimated guess, even though I'm very bad with getting time.
Oh, right. Still, okay, I can see the 5. The lips are moving, the words are coming out. That's okay, I guess. 5 minutes. You made me anxious. I have to admit that I kept an eye on you while you were walking through the market. But I am not following per se. It is a beautiful dragon, though, isn't it?
Could I rummage through my bag for some sort of pen and paper so I can write?
Sure. Fairly easy.
Then I just write the first sentence. I was looking for scales, and the second is, are you stalking me?
Oh, you're writing, are you stalking me? That's, I wouldn't call it stalking. It's just, I have to say, you don't really fit in, so, you attract the eye, you know, looking them up and down again. Not stalking. Did you write on the piece of paper? Scales?
Yes, that was the first sentence I wrote. I was looking for scales. The second sentence was a question with, I
Sure.
said so.
Well, scales as in you want to get a scale. Go on then.
I
Why
get
are you not?
scale. I already tried getting a scale. I got sleepy when I got close.
I suppose this is, as in shorts, you wrote sleep, close.
Close to dragon equals sleep.
That works. Oh. Wait. Why do you want this? If you want, I can try to get one for you, but why do you want one? Is it for good reasons? Why do you want this?
I just write ingredients. The words
Oh.
ingredients.
She will nod and oh my gosh, should I talk to the person or should I just head there and fetch the scale? No, because this woman is supposed to be good. So she will go to the woman, she will nod to the elf and head to the lady at the animal thingies and just ask if it's okay for her to pick up a scale.
Does the dragon even belong
From
to her?
ground. Why are you beating the ear?
So you're asking the dryad at the with the birds?
Yes.
Okay. As you step up to this dryad and ask her, you see Merryweather looks to you with a bit of a blank face and says, well, no one owns the dragon owns the market. So, no.
Oh, I see. Fantastic. Does your dragon have a name?
Hazrodine.
Oh, that's her. My, she's beautiful. If I pick it up from the ground, I don't think she would mind. So, and she will slowly walk over
Give me a wisdom saving
to
throw.
try and. Okay. You do remember that I have. Do I have advantage or something? Because, you know, that thing against magic sleep.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an elf, you have immunity to magic sleep.
Yeah, I wanted to ask. I just remembered that.
You have
Was she
immunity to magic
afraid?
sleep. This
Oh.
is not magic sleep.
It is not
Okay.
magic. Oh, wow.
Just
It is.
checking.
It is a magical effect, but it is not sleep. You just
Oh, okay.
the closest association is to sleep.
3p. Depending on that how that go, we might need to try and wake up. What is it again?
A wisdom saving throw.
This one. Well,
As
18.
as you step closer and closer to this dragon, you can feel the waves of sleepiness beginning to roll off it. And your elven form is able to handle it mostly, but it is still powerful. And as you step within its nest to look for scales, you can feel as if something from this sleeping dragon is attempting to force you off of this plane. But you're able to hold on and stay. So go ahead and roll me a investigation check.
Is the dragon asleep on his own wheels? Ooh, I'm so good at that. May I give myself guidance?
Do you want to wake up the sleeping dragon?
I'm tempted.
It's up to you.
Yes.
Okay. So are you giving yourself guidance or are you waking the dragon?
I will give myself guidance, but because that's loud, I am aware that she'll make noise.
And as you give yourself guidance, you see the large eye of this dragon slowly open and lock onto you.
So she's awake. She's not drowsy. Like, it's a... Oh, hi. I'm sorry.
Can roll your
disturb.
investigation now.
You sleep. La 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 la. Something.
20.
Dirty 20, okay.
Oh, is it?
You,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, because I rolled it. Yeah, sorry.
As
Okay.
you're saying that, looking down, there's 2 dragon scales that you can see just laying on the ground. They're beautiful, opulent, and let me just pull up this handy dandy Game Master's Book of Legendary Dragons to give me the exact weight.
God.
Oh no.
Let's see. The items. Where is? Oh, the other cool thing that this has, airships, and how to use
Ooh.
airships. So that might be a thing.
Oh.
Okay.
Where is the?
Do.
Don't get us demonetized.
You started it.
Ah, getting closer. Where? Ah. All right, scales. What age is this dragon? Okay.
Ooh.
It is gargantuan. So I'd say that would be yeah, that is 2 scales. It's about the size. 1 scale is about yay big. And probably has some heft to it.
I thought she was about to find something else besides the scales for some reason, but okay, never mind. Okay. I can see you are still reading.
So,
But she will, because she's, I suppose she noticed that she woke up the poor dragon by now, so she will kneel down before picking up. Okay, that's fair. Before picking up the scales and just look at her and say, "I'm so sorry to wake you up. I really didn't mean to. Pazrodin, is it? This is going to sound very strange, but is it okay if I take the two scales down there?" Pointing at them.
her
And because
eye
they're not on you, that they're not your properties anymore.
falls to where the scales were, then to you. And her head begins to rise, and as her head rises, you get an even better look of how large this dragon is. It is about, the head alone is double the size of you.
I assume since the dragon is standing up, we can all see it.
Yes.
You know what dragon I pictured? Smog. Is that the right size or not?
Let me see.
Weirdest reference ever, but
Isn't Smoke
reference
about
nonetheless.
4 times?
I was more thinking Falcor, like from Neverending Stories.
So
Oh,
here's the mini
Mm.
comparison. Also, doesn't
Okay.
really do much for comparison's sake, so
okay. Yeah,
Ah,
she large. Smog size. It's fine.
No, Smaug's larger. It's definitely giving like if more Falcor. Maybe Saphira from Aragon.
Yes,
Maybe
yes, I forgot about Saphira. Yes.
one of my favorite
Oh,
dragons
actually,
in all of
that
literature.
might be the right. That might be the best reference actually. Cause, yeah, yeah. Actually, Smog is huge. Anyways, okay, we'll take Saphira as reference. I need to reread them now.
so
Mm.
as she rises up a bit and looks down to you, a voice comes from her. You, one who disturbs my sleep and comes within my nest without asking for permission first. You seek to take scales from me off my property that I lay claim.
I mean, no disrespect, of course, only if you allow me to take them. Also, how am I supposed to ask permission if he was sleeping?
Waking me from my sleep is not the issue here. It is coming to my home and then disturbing me in my sleep in the midst of an act of theft.
Well, I did ask, so I don't think it's thievery.
This is
Which I don't even know that
Ione
one.
coming out.
No, it's not. She asked permission. She kneeled down and she asked if it was okay. She apologized. She kneeled down, she apologized, and then Ione will not kneel down to nobody. Anyways, you're right, she's coming back out. Anyways. Well, if it's a no, I will leave, and once again, I am so very sorry for waking you up. Can I ask another very strange question?
You see, as she exhales from this sigh, it is not a breath weapon that you experience, but you do see that a very faint, fine mist escapes her lips and comes from her nose. And as it exhales out, it falls in a glittery shape, a show. Like tiny glints of fallen stars. No, you may not have my scales.
Oh, here's my question though. I have to admit that you are quite mesmerizing. And if you will just take a minute to look at her snout to tell, I guess.
Okay.
Um wow. I don't really know how to form that sentence right now, but I've heard that she could also take the form of an elven woman. Is it true?
You see her get up onto her four claws and stretch out her wings, spreading wide, going near into the forest on either side. Before she shakes her head and her eyes flash, her body shrinks, and standing before you is an elegant elven woman with light brown skin, silver eyes, and hair that has platinum blonde with a mix of silver throughout.
Oh.
Is this the form that you speak of?
Dear DM, would you like to make a perception check?
Huh?
Would you like to
No,
make a perception check?
just because we no longer have a child in this party doesn't mean you can fuck a dragon. Stop it.
Let me see. What do I roll?
What are you attempting to do?
To see if she will see that she blushed.
To see if she will see that you're blushing? Okay. Go ahead, do a... I'll allow either stealth or deception check.
Yo, Caleb, just so you know, I have to leave in about 45 minutes.
All good.
Okay.
I gotta leave now because I got my niece's second birthday and it's an hour and a half travel and we're about to leave soon. So I'll see you all guys next week. Have fun and no fucking a dragon.
Okay.
Please don't.
Have
Oh,
fun.
Right. Don't forget to write him down your question, comments, and concerns so he's aware of them.
Yeah.
Okay, will do. I'll do that when I'm in the car.
Have fun. Cool.
Radio. Bye bye everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Have fun.
Will do.
I rolled a stealth. Because I don't think she would herself even be aware. Oh. To everyone, of course, because I don't know.
She looks to you with a small smile. Oh, child. You're not the first. You certainly won't be the last.
Quite breathtaking, if I do say so myself. Wow. I have no words.
Okay.
So I'm so very sorry for waking you up. I hope that's okay. No hard feelings for the skills. I do have to say that they were not really for me. I was trying to help someone to get them. You don't have to feel generous and suddenly change your mind, of course. That's not what I'm trying to do. Just trying to explain.
As Nova
And
talks
she would.
faster and faster.
Yes. She's so sweaty. But yes, that's it. Also, I guess thank you for allowing me to see you under this form. She will probably shake her head a little bit because oh my god, what is going on to me right now? Okay. Thank you. Yes, and sorry. That's it for me. And she just stands still.
So she just stays there.
Yes, isn't it like wow? She's wowed.
You see a small smirk is on her face as she looks to you and shakes her head slightly. Again, it is not the fact that you woke me from my slumber. It is the fact that you
Yeah.
attempted to take something from my nest without asking before you attempted to. Next time, wake me, and you may find me of a different mood. But for now, I wish to rest.
Of course, of course. You have
Sleepy
a
dragon.
lovely sleep. Ah, wow. Okay. Good night. And she slowly backs away, still looking in her direction though.
She
Probably
chuckles.
bumping into a stall.
She chuckles softly before she lays back down, and her form once again elongates and stretches and then becomes that of the dragon. And I think we're gonna call it there for right now. Because we got Seymour gone and Luca will need to be leaving here soon, so I think right now is a good place to stop. So yeah. Got a new character joining us. An adventure.
Well, not really officially yet, because it was being stalked, really. Or at least I got the feeling of it.
We'll see how things go.
Yeah.
And see where this story takes us. But with that, I think we're ready to go into our comments, questions, concerns, and we will start with Luca.
Nah, I thought it was pretty well. We learned Nova is a useless lesbian, but that's all right.
Hey,
Gotta
I'm all
have at least
super good
one.
all this session.
It's all right.
Every party
No,
has
the-
at least one.
Fair enough. Otherwise, I thought it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what you want from that riddle. I'm not very good with riddles, so hopefully it gets like explained out a little bit for us.
Oh yeah, if if things get a little bit too lost, then I will definitely throw down some hints. But
Yeah.
I'm curious how you guys interpret it and how you see things going forward. Otherwise, I'll just throw you guys some hints that should bring you to the correct answer. But yeah. Alright. Next, Darcy.
So, yeah, I enjoyed the session. I'm glad that I could relax a bit. Yeah, even though I was fairly quiet, sorry. Again, lots of background noise and stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Then up next. Up next is Nova.
Yeah. It has been a very long time. I feel like that we haven't played, so it was a bit odd. Get back into this specific character skin. There were a lot of back and forth. Thank you for sticking with me. But yes, and no, I don't know. I think she will be. What's the word again? A multi? No, what's the word? That's not the right one. Oh, what's the word?
Pan.
Is that the right one?
She
I'll have to go Google that.
pansexual.
No, that's not the right one.
Mm.
But I found it. Bye. There you
Oh,
go.
bye.
Yes. Because she was very smitten, like, ooh, oh my. But yes, we'll see.
Okay.
Discovering things at the same time along with you because I wrote none of that nowhere.
All right. Then, last but not least, we go to our newcomer, Lyra. What do you think of your first session?
Well, it was fun. A bit sad that we didn't get quite far, and still a few things open about me joining or ever will be joining, since no one really gave
Interacted.
attention. Yes, interacted.
Trust me, that will be changing here very shortly, I expect. Given things that shall come to pass.
Yeah, Luca was a bit of a queer on a mission, so he needed to. Sorry about that.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, good.
That's true. It was a bit of because when we entered this one, we were already given a quest, so we already had something in mind. So it was finding the right moment to be like, does it make sense to randomly just talk to someone like this, knowing that, you know, if you put it into context, when you go to the market, except the vendors, you don't go and chat to, unless you know the person, you don't just, oh hey, hi, how are you, my name's Nova, what's up, like that. It was finding you know, the right moment and the right opportunity to, okay, now it makes sense to have an interaction with that character, if that makes sense.
Now you don't
And I think
go...
everyone was kind of looking for that moment as well to grab, and to try and fit that conversation at some point.
You
But we're
don't go
gonna
to
get
a
there.
market and ask a random person about their business, but if you see someone at a market that doesn't look like anybody else in the market, is there a part of you that's a little bit curious about what's going on there?
But we did though. We did trying to break the ice a little at the beginning without jumping them all together like, oh hey, we are different too. because like Luca said, we were sent here to do something as well. So it was so to play the balance between both. I'm not trying to justify, um, but it's just like the at least my, because we all have different brains, my way of like seeing the situation. But I think we're getting there though. Like we've interacted a good couple of times now. Well, unfortunately, your character has lost their voice for a couple of minutes. But you see, there is already this fact that we're trying to help. We'll see. So you have that opportunity already, at least with my character, that okay, she lend you a hand to try and get the scalp for you. That can lead somewhere.
There is
You also
also
have Simmer was right in front of you while you're waiting for whatever the winged woman left for. When the 15 minutes are going to be passed, maybe they're going to talk to you, maybe you're going to notice that your voice is back, and bam, there will be an interaction there. So
there's
yeah,
also
so
the roleplay chat that you guys can do some text-based roleplay, talk to each other, get a feel for each other that can help out as well. But I think with that, we're at the end of our session, and we end our session
what
with
about you? What about you? Don't try and skip it.
it's a fun session. There's a lot to do here, and there's a lot of random stuff that can happen here. And the biggest random thing is something that I think is going to be very fun to watch you guys go through.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
We're not gonna get a hint, are we?
No.
No. I know. I know.
So,
It's fine.
on to our joke for this session, and that is, did you know Beholder...
wait. Well, you saw I wasn't ready anyway. Okay,
It's also going to be at the end of this video, so you'd be able to watch it either way.
Did you know beholders
Are polyamorous.
You are unbelievable.
On page 109.
109.
Yep. Come back for the next session, and you guys will get the end of that joke. So, with that, we're signing off for tonight. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed it or want to see the full video, you can find it either in my VODs as a subscriber or on my YouTube channel under the same name. So, see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Bye.